When mountain bikers hear BC, most of them tend to think of Whistler Bike Park. However, there's a lot more to British Columbia than just a bike park. Welcome to Squamish. Before riding there, if I heard Squamish, I'd think about a bunch of YouTube videos I'd watched about people riding the trail In-N-Out Burger.
Only In-N-Out Burger in Canada.
So other than a huge rock roll, I really didn't have any expectations. All I knew is I was finally in British Columbia, and it's supposed to be better than anything I've ever ridden. So I find myself at the Diamond Head Trail System, and I'm climbing up a fire road, just full of anticipation. Squamish, British Columbia. I am super excited, slightly anxious, and looking forward to what's gonna happen here. Back home, I tend to ride a lot of rocky trails. There's plenty of flow around, but I truly prefer the techie stuff. Keep that in mind while I tell you the first flow trail we rode was easily in the top 5 funnest trails I've ever ridden. Anybody order a mountain bike or roller coaster? Because we're on it. But before we get to that, yep, we made some bad navigation decisions.
It's not a biker video without a hike bike.
And this is epic Canadian hike-a-bike. Remember everything I said about that epic hike-a-bike? We went the wrong way. How do you feel about them making us do the wrong climb?
Not good.
While we were making our way back to the trail, my buddy told me I'd forget all about it. Just riding the connector trail to get to the trail, we were really going to be stoked about. My confidence level in him at this point was pretty low. Brandon's fired from navigating. After all that, we finally started descending, and this happened. All right. Squamish. Oh my God, this is fun. Nice. Oh Lord. Oh my God.
Isn't that sick?
This is the lame part?
And this is the lame part.
Oh my God. So good. I'm sure you noticed, my fork started making some crazy noises. It wasn't affecting the performance, so I just had to send it the way it was until I got home. We ride the bikes. With that out of the way, here's Half Nelson, which, according to Google, is famous. And Strava also says it's quite possibly one of the most popular trails in the world. Oddly enough, I never heard of it, but I can say one thing for sure now. I totally understand the hype. Just love that tire sound. Oh my God. All of a sudden Bellingham's not as rad. Oh my God. Ooh. Oh my God, they just keep going. What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God, here we go again. Shit. Oh God.
Woo! Now that is what I remember about it.
Oh my God.
That like dirt.
Whew.
That one spot was
Those long worm spots.
It's so good. It would be easy to assume this place only has one trail that good. But let me assure you, if you're driving to Whistler from the US, or just from the airport in Vancouver, you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't stop in Squamish. Every trail we dropped into had nothing but good times. Although there was this WTF moment.
Here it is. The scariest skinny on the planet.
Oh my God.
That's what we were saying.
Oh my God.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Notice how it gets skinnier towards the middle. Every trail we took had us all stoked. And not that normal, I just rode a fun trail stoke. But that stoke that's so strong that you think to yourself, knowing what I know now, I'd pay twice what I paid to get here, and I'd still be happy about it. Woo. Boring. Sweet. That was super fun. Gonna look at changing my citizenship. But here's the thing. Remember when I was talking about In-N-Out Burger? That's on the other side of the valley, in another trail system called Alice Lake. Although the lifts of Whistler were calling us, we couldn't leave Squamish without heading over to Alice Lake and seeing what it had to offer. This is Alice Lake. With tired legs, you start the ride in thinking it's gonna be an easy day. Yeah, let's keep the climbing like this.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. Whoop! Well, that was less than stellar. Before you know it, you work your way through the pain cave and the fun starts showing up. Whoop! Although I thoroughly enjoyed the fast flow over at Diamond Head, the tech at Alice Lake had me feeling more at home. It became apparent right away that there's a stark difference between the two. Even though I personally prefer tech riding, I honestly couldn't say that Alice Lake is any better than Diamond Head. It would be really hard for me to go back to Squamish and not hit both these trail systems.
Lifted the back a little going over it, didn't you?
I didn't try to.
There was a bit of that. Oh shit. Don't go that way. As you can see, you definitely need to stay on your A game. And taking a look at things first helps choose much better lines. This one, for example, definitely went a lot smoother the second time. That was fun.
Totally chill.
At the end of the day, you gotta remember, that's what you're there for. Having fun. And this place, it has it in spades. Also, be aware that they like to build wood bridges all over the place. It's kind of swampy in there. Alright. Starts out chill. Sometimes they aren't intimidating at all. And other times, you're just riding along, thinking everything's fine. Just fine. Until, well, it isn't. And you find yourself scared out of your mind that any second now you're going to fall off the side of this tiny little bridge and be that guy on Friday Fails, just covered in mud, cussing like a drunken sailor. So at this point, consider yourself forewarned. I'm in the wrong gear. Whew. That's so much better. I was in like too easy of a gear. So I was like,
I went down a gear on the bridge because I was like,
I was afraid to push the button. Look at the size of these leaves. Like, here's an example. My phone, the leaf. It's just crazy. Ooh. Whoa! You got to make the Josh noise on that one.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa!
Nailed it. As you go through the day, your confidence builds and you become less worried about whether or not you have the skill set to ride the trails there. Sometimes you pass things by accident. Oh, there's a roll to our right that we're missing. But you don't worry about it because there's so much there, you don't need to stress over it. The speed isn't quite what it was at Diamond Head, but there's definitely some sections that get moving along. All right, let's play bikes.
Action.
At this point, my buddy and I were feeling pretty good, and we wanted to make our way over towards In and Out. We had successfully ridden another black trail called Rupert earlier, and felt like tackling end trails was a good route to get over towards the infamous rock roll.
This is weird.
As we made our way into the trail, things started to get interesting.
I think we picked the wrong one.
Now that we got humbled by the entrance to the trail, we're gonna go ahead and try to fool ourselves into thinking that we're capable. Oh God. Hopefully things start working out a little better once we're pointing down, because right now, this is kind of destroying the confidence. I feel like we can come down that section pretty slow. With our confidence bruised, we started looking at the features a little differently.
You made it look so easy.
It definitely felt good to get a win. Now it's time for my buddy to snag one too. It's interesting how one victory can just totally shape your day. And just like that, we're both feeling good and things are starting to fall into place again.
Yeah, it rolls.
Oh, skinny. After having some high stress moments, N-Trail started delivering Stoke on a platter. The rest of the trail was super fun. Regardless of the beginning being outside my wheelhouse, this is definitely one of those trails I'd love to go back to and stitch everything together on a single run.
All right.
Whew. Jesus. We popped out of the bottom of the trail with the Stoke high, but unfortunately we burned so much time that we needed to head back to meet up with the group.
That was some sick tech.
Dude, I like the end of that. Holy shit. Oh man, that made me feel a lot better about myself.
Yeah.
Whew.
Fortunately, there was a real ripper of a trail called Pamplemousse to get us back to the truck. It was no In-N-Out burger, but it definitely felt like the best way to end the day.
That went a little faster than I thought.
Believe me, I'm bummed that I didn't get a chance to ride that infamous rock roll. One of the biggest benefits of starting this channel was that it motivated me to travel places to ride. It's just like two different trail systems at home can be vastly different, even though they're not very far apart. Traveling makes you a better rider by teaching you how to ride terrains you aren't familiar with. Even though they're all mountain bike trails, the builders in different places tend to have different styles, and they build with materials that might not be what you're used to. For me, Squamish really made me appreciate a good flow trail in a way that I never did before.
Oh my God, they just keep going. You gotta be kidding me.
It also showed me that I may be used to rock rolls where I'm from, but throw some roots in the mix and it's a whole different game. For some reason, Whistler seems to get all the attention when British Columbia comes up in conversation. If you want to see the perspective from a guy that's not crazy about park going to the most popular bike park in the world, hit subscribe. If that doesn't sound good to you, I'll leave you with this. Don't plan a trip to Whistler without riding Squamish. And maybe, just maybe, you'll end up like me, planning another trip to BC without Whistler on the itinerary. And without a doubt, Half Nelson and In-N-Out, they're on that list.
That was all the steez I had.
That was one hell of a day. Let me tell you right now, this place will definitely humble you. What are you thinking?
Solid. Some of the best tech I've ever ridden. Slabs on slabs. Almost died. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and don't miss some of that sweet backcountry they have in Squamish. They definitely have a pulse on what a mountain biker needs after an epic day of riding.
Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Oh, bad spot to stop, apparently.